米大リーグドジャースは今季4年ぶりにワールドシリーズ制覇を果たしました。ベッツがホストを務めるポッドキャスト番組オンベースウィズムーキーベッツの最新エピソードでは、フリーマンやカーショーをはじめとするドジャースの豪華なメンバーたちが出演し、ワールドシリーズ優勝について語っていました。彼らがどのようにしてチームとしてまとまり、頂点に立つことができたのか、その裏話が明かされており、とても興味深い内容となっています。その模様を日本語字幕付きでご紹介します。
I want to talk to you because, you know, this year was a rough one for you, bro. Like, you never really dealt with like injuries for you. Like, you've had a pretty clean career. So how was that mentally for you?
Yeah, I mean, I had that shoulder surgery and, you know, a lot of different perspectives on it. Like when I would get to come back, you know, everybody was kind of saying different timelines. But when I was able to come back, like middle of June, July, I really felt like I had a good amount of time to like figure out how to get ready and be ready for the postseason, which is, you know, when you're on the Dodgers, that's the only reason to go anyway, you know? So I did everything I could to be ready for that, and just, I'm old, man. Fortunately, just stuff happened, you know? My foot came out of nowhere, and my knee started hurting, so all this stuff, and, you know, I kept trying to throw, and, you know, at the end of the day, it just didn't work, right? But, you know, being on this ride with you guys this year, and getting to go through October from like a spectator's perspective was, I'm so glad I didn't miss it. I'm so glad I didn't get surgery before and I was on crutches and had to miss all that. And, cause it is, man, like it's for our families, it's for our, you know, it's for the fans, it's for everybody. So when I was able to like pick up my kids after we won the World Series, when I was able to like hug you guys after we won the World Series, run around, do the parade today, which was the coolest thing I ever been a part of in my whole life when it comes to baseball. It's just, I would have traded for the world. The next season could wait. I'll get the surgery whenever, but I'm so glad I didn't miss out on that.
What is your first thought? Like, man, I'm going from the White Sox to the Dodgers. Like, literally from the worst team to the best team. Like, how was that? How'd that make you feel?
So a part of me like knew that I was going to get traded, but I hadn't had a good year on a bad team. And so you don't really know where you're going to end up or whatever. And then like from spring on, you know, with you and the Shohei signing, like everybody's like the Dodgers are the best team in baseball. Mm-hmm. So to have that call at the trade deadline and be like, you're going to the Dodgers, it's like, okay, now baseball starts.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like it was, and I was in a position where I hate to say I was kind of going through the motions, just like.
But it's easy to go through the motions. Like, you know you're going to lose. So
yeah, like you know you're not playing for anything other than your own career. And when you don't want to play a selfish game, because it's not a selfish game, it makes it really hard. And so to come over here, let the spotlight guys take the spotlight and like actually be a part of a winning culture was incredible. It was a blessing.
And so Tommy Tanks, you come over and you hurt, right? And I'm like, man, you know, I know Tommy Tanks. Obviously, we played against each other for years, but like, I don't really know what you're about. You know, I'm getting to know you a little bit as a person, but also not as much because we were both hurt.
Yeah.
And so, you know, what was it like knowing that you were coming over to the Dodgers and you're still hurt?
Yeah. I remember when I was in St. Louis, whenever we'd go to play the Dodgers, either at LA or at our place, we'd be like, all right, we're in for a dogfight. Like, it's going to be a hard 3 or 4 games. You know, we had that 21 wild card. This guy had a walk-off homer.
Yeah.
You know, I thought we played our best game that day, and then we ended up losing because of freaking CT over here. And then we had that series in St. Louis where I think Freddie goes 14 for 15 or something like that.
Stupid.
And I was just like, dude, these guys are unstoppable. So I was honestly just kind of glad that I didn't have to play against the Dodgers anymore, and I got to be, you know, part of the team. And then I know being injured, like it was weird getting traded, being injured. But I think it helped out a little bit. Like obviously it sucked that you were injured too, but since we were both kind of going through the same thing, you know, we were able to work on our swings together. I know you showed me a few really good things about my swing early on that kind of helped me out and helped drive me through the season. So, you know, I didn't really know what to expect because obviously you're a superstar of baseball, but, you know, getting to learn from you, like I didn't know if you were kind of going to be like doing your own thing or like you know, obviously you helped me out a ton, and I really appreciated that.
Of course, bro.
So it was, you know, everything I could ask for sure.
And then you go in because you were hurt, and then I mean, I know it's been talked about a thousand times, but like, dude, from my perspective, it was the coolest thing in the world seeing you win CS MVP, because you don't know like how much you made us go. Like, you really helped us go. Like, you right where you were, wherever you were, really. It was like, you have to keep him off base, but you can't. You know what I'm saying? You're like, and I really grew to appreciate who you are as a player, because I love playing with you, and I'm taking Tommy Evans on my seat any day of the week. And so I want to thank you, bro, because that was awesome.
I appreciate that. I just felt like I was trying to keep up with everybody else.
No,
you know?
it was good.
I think that is a big thing with what makes us such a great team, though. You know, like, you see all the greatness around you, and you're like, shoot, I gotta work even harder to be, you know, to do that myself and just be able to contribute. So, you know, I think that's what, you know, when you have the best players on the team that are some of the hardest workers, you know, that's inspires everybody else for sure.
Very easy. So, Freddie, I know you hate talking, so thank you for coming. You know, what was the last week, I think, is when you hurt your ankle? Was it last week?
Yeah, the day we clinched, right before we went to Colorado.
Right before we went to Colorado. We're going to the playoffs. We know me and you sucked, especially last year. And we know, we don't have to talk about it, but we know, okay, this year we got to do something.
Yeah.
Like, we're going to have to.
Yeah.
Especially with Shohei. And you get hurt your ankle.
Yeah.
How did that deter you from that mindset of, I got to do something, or what? How did that affect you?
I think it's kind of weird to say, but a little bit took my mind off of everything that's happened over the last couple of years. Didn't really make me think about opponents or anything like that. It was, how can I get on this field? It was all I was thinking about day in and day out. I mean, you guys know what I was going through in the clubhouse. So I was just trying to think of and do everything I could to get on that field. So I wasn't really thinking about 2023 or 2022 or anything like that, which was almost maybe a blessing for me personally. But I think what's so special about this team was, everyone heard it. Everyone understood their role. They didn't try to be someone else. Everyone was just doing their part. And I think that's what made us so special this year. And, you know, thankfully I was able to get those few days off in between the NLCS and the World Series, be able to be healthy enough to actually impact, because I wasn't able to, you know, swing my ankle. I was falling off my front side. So I just, there was a lot going on each and every day for me to not even think about what was going on the last couple of years. And even this year, I was just trying to get on the field, you know. And
I remember you going in and usually you have, you got a whole routine you go through, and you were going through and just, this is all I got today.
Yeah, I mean, you guys saw it. I would come in, there was, in the NLDS, we didn't know if I was playing until 30 minutes before the game started, you know? So, Kike, I after game 4, I hugged him and I said, I'm sorry, you know? Like, it was a lot, you know? And it was, I'm very routine-based. You guys know it. And it doesn't matter who you are. If you can't practice or get yourself ready for the game, you're not going to be able to be,
especially in the big leagues and in postseason.
Like, it doesn't matter who you are. Like, I hit 3 times a day. I do my routine, and it is spot on time-wise of doing everything. And then all of a sudden, I take 8 swings, and I'm like, all right, I'm going to go try and hit Tanner Scott throwing 100 from the left side. Like, it's just not. And so it was all different for me. But once we got those few days off, I got to a spot where I was like, okay, I think I can do this. And then, I mean, I was telling you guys in those workouts, I was like, I got my swing back.
When I heard that,
I said, I'm back. Like,
when I heard you say, when I heard you say, I got my swing back.
Yeah.
Oh man.
And then I hit the line drive to left field off of Robleski, and they're like, oh, you got a new player back.
Yeah, I got a new player, because I've seen it. As Tommy said, we've seen you go 15 for 16 or whatever it is, and they were all rocket.
Yeah.
So I knew,
I'm just thankful. I mean, I'm thankful for our training staff, you guys, for like picking me up on game 4 when I just physically, I just could not do it anymore, you know. And you guys all coming up to me and saying, we got you today and don't worry about it. And then and you guys did it.
Yeah.
3 games I didn't play, you guys scored like 400 runs.
Let's go.
Jeez, maybe I shouldn't play anymore. But it was just, it was a special group of us, you know, to go out and do that, overcome so much from even starting in Korea, rallying around a teammate that we just had, you know, it was Scott, who was supposed to be, you know, our guy, you know, and having to rally around our guy immediately. I think that's just set us on the right course to achieve this goal.
So I think, and going through, like, I gave you the name Kike Otani. Like, I feel like during the postseason, you hit way less than you hit during the season. Why is that? Because during the postseason, you went and took like 20 swings and you were done. And during the regular season, you like use the balls and all that shit. So like what?
My brain.
Oh, okay.
I think my superpower is also my kryptonite. That's called ADHD.
Okay.
And during the season, my brain is just everywhere. And the postseason, it just brings out like hyper focus. And it just, I don't know. I mean, I just go into compete mode. I don't really give a shit about how I feel. I'm just like, when I go to home plate, everything becomes silent and there's nobody but the pitcher and I. And I just go into compete mode.
Mm-hmm.
また、現在 MLB で最も注目されている話題といえば、フリーエージェント市場での不安外外野手の動向です。ヤンキース、メッツ、ドジャース、ブルージェイズ、レッドソックスなど複数の球団が彼の獲得に名乗りを上げ、大争奪戦が繰り広げられています。中でもメッツが提示したとされる10年6億6000万ドルの契約オファーは、破格の条件として大きな話題となっています。この争奪戦は、今後さらに激化していくと見られています。そんな中、米国の人気スポーツキャスターであるダン・パトリック氏が、この状況について辛辣な意見を述べました。
彼を望んでいないし、興味もない。外は才能ある選手だが、すでにいくつかのチームを渡り歩いている。また渡り歩くつもりなのに6億ドルも払うのですか？そんな大金を払うなら、もっと観客を魅了する選手になってほしい。興行収入のスターになってほしい。外はスターではありません。
と断言しました。外の実力は認めつつも、ナショナルズ、パドレス、ヤンキースと所属した中で、スター選手としての地位を確立していないという点を指摘したのです。一方で、同じ発言の中で大谷翔平については、
特別で唯一無二の存在だ。彼のような選手は他にいない。
と絶賛しました。米メディアエッセンシャリースポーツもこれを取り上げ、
パトリック氏は大谷をスター性と市場価値を兼ね備えた完璧な例として挙げ、国際的な人気の高さが視聴率と関心を高めていると指摘した。
と報じました。また、外については、
バットの才能は特別だが、大谷のようにファンを魅了する選手とは見ていない。
という評価がなされており、両者のスター性の差が浮き彫りになっています。ご視聴ありがとうございました。これからも大谷選手のさらなる活躍から目が離せません。チャンネル登録と高評価をよろしくお願いします。皆様からのコメントもお待ちしております。